everybody, my name is Abby. I am a first year medical student, and you might know me on Instagram as Abby's Anatomy. I'm here to talk a little bit today about UWorld MCAT. Now, the MCAT is the medical college admissions test. This is the exam that you need to take and do well on in order to get into medical school. So the question always is then, how can I do well on this exam? Well, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that my strongest piece of advice is to practice. This is because the MCAT is not necessarily designed to test your content knowledge. It's how well can you synthesize information and answer questions. Ultimately, what it's going to come down to your success is how much practice you can get in. Now, it's obviously important to be doing full-length exams as well, but that's not plausible to be doing every day. If you're doing your UWorld questions every day up until your exam, you are going to be so prepared, and when you see those questions on exam day, it's going to feel exactly like every single day for the last 6 months that you've been studying. And I think that that is something I really like about UWorld. Not only is the platform just set up so nicely and exactly how MCAT day looks like, it is, all the questions are written so well. Now, it might seem like doing any old practice question is good enough for the MCAT. You have to remember that the MCAT is a standardized exam written by people so that every single person who takes this exam is put on the same level. So it's super important to practice with questions that look like what are going to be on the exam. If you just do practice questions from a textbook, it's not going to prepare you in the same way to read a passage and to synthesize that information and perform well on the test. So it is absolutely vital that you take questions that are written by professionals to get into the mind of the MCAT writers. And who write the MCAT? Well, professionals. And so UWorld pulled tons of professionals together and created this massive database for you in order to do practice questions that look and feel and sound exactly like the actual MCAT questions do. Overall, I super endorse UWorld. I think it is just without a doubt one of the very best platforms you can use in order to practice and prepare for the MCAT exam. I'm super excited to also be able using it for my USMLE, which is the step 1 exam that second year medical students take, which I'll be taking next year, and you can bet that UWorld will be one of the #1 things I'm using to practice. And you know, one more thing that I think is also neat, UWorld is now considered the gold standard for medical students, especially during our dedicated step time. Everybody uses UWorld. So if you start as a pre-med, you're going to be much more comfortable and ready to utilize this platform as a medical student if you've used it for the MCAT, and now you can use it for the USMLE. So I think overall there's just so many benefits to using UWorld, and I really admire the platform. I love it. I totally recommend it. Anyways, I hope you love it as well. They also have a 7-day free trial, so you can go on and you can see all the things that I'm talking about, and you'll be like, she was right. And I just am here to say that I want you to know that I want you to do well in this exam. I want you guys to get into medical school. You know that. That's like my main point of my whole page, and I just care so much about the future physicians, and so that's why I'm super happy to endorse a product like UWorld, because I just believe in it so strongly. So overall, I really hope you guys give it a try and let me know how it goes. See you later.